We're back on the Chad Hasty Show. I'm Matt Crow. If you want to join the conversation, you can text or call in at 770-5790. I mentioned earlier that I was at the Lubbock Area Republican Women's Christmas dinner last night where they honored Texas Supreme Court Justice Phil Johnson. And at my table is a young guy named Decker Reno. And Decker is a student at Texas Tech. He's from Artesia. And he is the state chairman of the Texas Federation of College Republicans. It's almost like you ought to be wearing some kind of a uniform with epaulets when I read that. Decker, what is the Texas Federation of College Republicans do? How many of them are there?
So there's about 27 chapters that we have right now. Whenever I first took over as chairman, we had 24 chapters, and we've grown it to 27 so far, and we're looking to grow to 34 by the end of the spring semester. Total on our roster list, we have about 6,000 members throughout the state, and the Texas Tech chapter alone has over 400 members.
What do y'all do during the course of the year?
So our main goal is voter registration and get out the vote efforts. We are the foot soldiers. We are the volunteer work, and if there's candidates in the area that are running for office that are Republican, we do get out there and we work tirelessly for them.
You've got quite a big job to do. How do you go about registering voters? I mean, what's your tried and true method?
So one thing that we try to do on every campus is we do what they call tabling. And what we do is we get members out there, we have a table, and we start handing out information about the organization. And at Texas Tech, specifically, we ask people to come up and see if they want to be a college Republican. If they're interested in politics, if they're interested in being involved in the Republican Party, then hey, come over here, come talk to us, sign up to be a member, and then we double check and make sure that they're registered. We also go around to we go door to door, and we now have the technology to actually register voters on the spot. Okay. Also, we're working with RPT and Karl Rove as well, and they have contacted, I don't remember the specific number, but thousands of people across the state, and they have sent them voter registration information, and we call around and make sure that they are getting that submitted, that they know where it's supposed to go, and if they have any questions, we help answer those questions and point them in the right direction.
Do the Democrats, do the students who are Democrats at Tech have a similar organization? How are they structured?
They do. Texas Tech actually isn't very active.
Well, that's a surprise.
In this area, not so much.
What?
But we actually get along with the former president pretty well, and it's been a good way to keep the conversation going on campus and win people over. Have
your fellow college Republicans discussed anything about the impeachment and how they see that?
A little bit. We all see it as just a way for them to say, hey, we did something in Congress, the Democrats at least. They said they've been saying they're going to impeach him for the past 3 years, whether they blatantly said it or we caught on. But most college students know that this is just a game. It's going to die in the Senate.
I'm going to put you on the spot now. Why are you Republican?
Why am I Republican? Mm-hmm. Because I believe in small government. Mm-hmm. I think that as a college student and being surrounded by other college students who say, well, I want to live my life this way. This is what I want to do. And these are my rights. Well, then vote for the Republican Party. Get the government out of your life and conduct your life the way you want to. And hopefully that's the message that we're conveying across the state and across the country with college Republicans.
I've often found that the biggest difference between Republicans and Democrats is their faith in government. And I think most Republicans want smaller government like you do. Mm-hmm. They want to be left alone by the government like you do. But the Democrats see it as a tool, and they see it as something to study and to nurture and to strengthen. And Republicans just have the opposite viewpoint.
Well, I think in the Democrats' mind, the government is there to help them, and it should be. That's what it was initially made for.
To defend them.
To defend you. Yeah. And in a perfect world, it would be. But the thing is, we're working with humans who tend to get greedy and
it's a monster.
Power.
Yeah, it's a monster.
You give it too much food, and it's going to grow too large.
Okay, so tell people who may be listening who are students or who may have students how you find out more about the college Republicans.
So we have plenty of social media. We have the Texas Federation of College Republicans on Facebook. That's what you can search. Twitter at TXFCR. Then also you can reach out to us through our website, which is txfcr.org.
Say that again slowly.
txfcr.org.
Okay.
And that stands for Texas Federation of College Republicans. Also, if you'd like to help us financially, we would greatly appreciate it for one, but you can mail a check to P.O. Box 380433 in San Antonio, Texas, zip code 78238.
So Decker Reno heads up all these tech students, and if you have an opportunity, go to their website and learn what they're all about. If you have a student coming to tech, or you think you know a student who may be interested in joining the College Republicans, it's a lot. It's you're able to make a difference. You're able to participate. What else would people enjoy knowing about the group?
Well, a lot of people see these other organizations like Turning Point and Students for Trump, and don't get me wrong, they're great organizations. We work with them all the time. But with College Republicans, this is where your job opportunities are to get into politics. You get to meet the candidates, learn what they're about, and you get to learn the ropes on how to win elections. And things like block walking and volunteering for candidates and their campaigns, they will get you in the door. They will get you scholarships, and they will get you jobs, and they will get you internships. I was recently at the governor's mansion and got to sit down and have a conversation with him and also talk to the first lady.
I saw on Facebook you were also talking to the dog. What's the dog's name?
Yes, I was talking to Pancake. We were sitting there on the swing, just going back and forth.
I wanted to give a shout out to Beverly Sowell, who was at our table last night, and Beverly had an interesting story. She is a local real estate person here in town, and Beverly is not from the United States. She earned her citizenship, and she's an American success story. And one of the reasons she's a Republican is because the country that she came from turned socialist, and you wouldn't believe something like that could happen in a country that had a republic, but oftentimes these things start in college campuses. So it's important that the Republican Party, small government, lower taxes, have a foothold on college campuses. When's your next event? Is it next month, next February, or when are you guys going to get together?
We haven't really set up any events yet. Our next big operation is we're looking to deploy to the Dallas-Fort Worth area to go out there and register voters for a weekend, and then after that, depending on how that one goes, we're going to keep on doing it across the state.
So that's why you need funding, is so you guys can go do that.
Exactly.
I get it. Okay, because you're not just sitting on a pile of money and having a kegger or something like that. I got it.
Not just having fun. We're going out and working.
Give us the website one more time, slowly.
It is txfcr.org. And that will change after the first of the year, but if you go to that website that I just mentioned, you will be able to follow a link directly to the new one.
So you're tuned in rather to the political scene. You think Trump gets reelected?
I absolutely think Trump gets reelected. I think that people see past what the media has been saying, and I think they realize that this impeachment is a scam, and he will get reelected along with the House going back to Republicans.
I don't know about you listening, but I'm very appreciative we have people like Decker in our college campuses. All right, we'll come back after the bottom of the hour. We will get back into the South Overton. Thank you, Decker. I appreciate it. You're listening to KFYO.
Thank you, Matt.